All right, so here's a little weather update for you, just to give you an update on what's going on in our neck of the woods. No severe weather threats for most of Texoma. That would include Wichita Falls, would include Frederick, Vernon, Lawton, all those areas. But there remains a bit of a severe threat over into Montague County, Wise County, and eastern Jack County here for a little while longer, anyway. And a couple storms we're watching. Number one, this is the severe thunderstorm warning. It's east of Jacksboro. It's basically on the border of Jack and Wise County, pretty close to Lake Bridgeport there, just north of Runway Bay. This thunderstorm has a little bit of hail in it. It is moving kind of northeastward there. I have been monitoring it a little bit to see if there's any rotation in it. And there could be a little weak rotation there in this storm. Nothing to be concerned about at this time. There's your latest update. And well, my dogs are barking, so you know how it is. Though when you have dogs, they're going to bark sometimes, and they're barking. So maybe a little bit of rotation there between just kind of southwest of Chico. Let me shut my door. Hold on. There's the thunderstorms a little bit southwest of Chico. They're little small weak rotations showing up. Nothing tornadic, but we are going to keep an eye on that storm there. This storm is just east of Bowie in Montague County, the one that's kind of up towards Montague and kind of west of St. Joe. Those look a little bit interesting too. They're kind of on the leading edge of this line of thunderstorms here. And I'm looking to see if there's any sign of rotation. I don't see any, but again, these are on the edge of the radar, so sometimes it's hard to tell. But there could be some very weak rotation, maybe trying to pop up in some of those. Cameron Lindsay's on his way to check those out in the tracker here. So we'll watch both of these storms to make sure that they don't do anything that we don't want them to. All right. So main concern, though, would be a little hail in those storms at this time. Now, if you go up to the north, I will say this. We've got a couple of tornadoes being reported now. That's what this pink area represents here, these pink warnings, these pink polygons here. Give it a second. It'll pop on in a minute, but it has to download. But there are some reported tornadoes on the ground with these storms up this way. As I was saying this morning, I think the greatest severe weather threat will be along and east of I-35, honestly. I still don't see a lot of significant rotation within these thunderstorms, honestly. But there are reported tornadoes with them. So, we have to be a little bit more, cautious with these particular storms. And if you look at the radar, there's areas of rotation, but nothing that just screams tornado to me. But obviously, there is something showing up here with these confirmed tornado is located 4 miles northeast of Winewood, and this was located, same. It's basically the same one. This is the same storm. That prompted it's not two different ones. It's just basically the same one. So, but I don't really see a lot of significant rotation. There was maybe a little bit there north of Winewood, between Winewood and Pauls Valley earlier, but it looks to me like that rotation has weakened some. So I don't really see a lot in it now. But that's what they're seeing up that way. Down our way, again, no tornado warnings here, but you can see that storm that's down there in Wise County now is really beginning to increase some with the hail signatures anyway. Back to the west here in Wichita Falls, maybe a shower. We're almost done with the rain, though. It's almost over with, everybody. I know we needed it. No, we didn't want the severe weather, but we're almost done with any rain chances here. But I'm going to keep an eye on these thunderstorms here, and I'm going to kind of give you a quick update on what I think is going to happen for the remainder of the afternoon. Still, maybe a little very weak rotation down there, just southwest of Chico. I think these storms, I believe there's a small outflow boundary that's running out ahead of these thunderstorms. I think it's hard to tell, but it looks like there might be. And if that's the case, then they could be slightly elevated. So that would be good news. But to the north, we'll be watching Montague County. As of right now, though, nothing too serious there. No warning there into Bowie, but those storms do show at least some sign of hail. Hail is our main concern. Now, I do think that these storms developing up around Denison and those areas, they're lifting north into Oklahoma, they'll have a chance to become tornadic. They'll have a better chance to be supercells, and because they're kind of by themselves. So Those will have a better chance at producing perhaps some tornadoes up there into Oklahoma, especially east central, southeast Oklahoma this afternoon. Really anything that you can kind of get discrete out ahead of it. And you're actually seeing some really nice discrete development down towards Gatesville as well. So the Metroplex could be in play for some pretty rough weather this afternoon too. So especially the eastern parts of the Metroplex. So my thoughts are on severe weather for the remainder of the afternoon, or as we head into the afternoon. This is what my thoughts are here. Give me a second to draw this on here. So, whoops, I didn't want that. Let me move stuff around here a bit so I can see. All right. So for the remainder of the afternoon, I'm expecting this line of thunderstorms you see here to continue to move in this direction. And you'll see the threat for severe weather increase over into this area here as that line moves eastward, and you see also some discrete thunderstorm development out ahead of it. I think the Metroplex could be in play for some stormy weather this afternoon in the form of hail, high winds, and maybe a bit of a tornado threat. And, these storms that you're seeing here near Sherman, Denison are going to move kind of in this direction too. They'll have a chance to be supercells, and you might get some wind, hail, and tornado threats with those. They make their way to the east. So my main concern area for the remainder of the afternoon, basically along and east of I-35. But we will watch, this line over to Montague County, those areas, as it, could at least have a bit of a chance for something here before it moves out. And I do expect this severe weather threat to be out of our area by 1 or 2 o'clock. You do have this little area behind it, but that's nothing to be concerned with. That's just some showers that may be with a few of us for a little while longer, but that'll be out of here pretty quickly. But we'll watch these storms in Wise County, Montague County. They're going to be moving just like this. We could see those continue to move northeastward. And then we'll watch discrete development that takes place down into this area, and that loose northeastward into northeast Texas and into southeast Oklahoma. And then, of course, there's storms over here also in Arkansas and the Arklatex. Those will probably become severe and may prompt some tornado watches or maybe even some warnings over that way into the Arklatex later on this afternoon. So this area, clear now. We're out of the severe weather threat. This area in the severe weather threat. We'll be watching it throughout the afternoon, and if anybody has any questions, I'll try to answer them. So Jacksboro is out of power or internet service. I don't know anything about. I haven't heard anything about that. So, but Jaden is in the office right now. I'm probably about to get a shower and go. I've got to get some stuff fixed with some of our alert systems here to get some stuff fixed with that. But we'll watch a couple areas. There appears to be a little bit of rotation maybe showing up just on the east side here a little bit. Just southeast of Montague, right in that area. Could be a little bit of rotation trying to pop up there. And if it is, it could head up towards St. Joe. So we'll watch the St. Joe and Munster areas. Those are the areas that would be at risk. Bowie, I think you're fine. Nakona, I think you're okay. But just a little while longer there in some of our eastern counties, there could be a little bit. So we'll keep an eye on that to make sure nothing gets out of hand here. So. But as of right now, not a whole lot. Also, some storms starting to look a little bit more interesting just to the west of Ardmore. But, again, watch these storms up here that's moving north out of the Sherman-Denison area. Those are the ones that could become some supercells, and they could go on to produce tornadoes if they can get their act together and organize before this line comes and takes them over. So maybe Tishomingo, Colgate, some of the areas that have been impacted hard by a lot of severe weather and tornadoes over the last year. But you're beginning to see some hook echoes in that as it lifts northward here. So, this thing is going way too fast. So. I see all there in Wise County near Chico. I mean, it looks pretty impressive. Yeah, there's a little rotation still showing up in there. Not much, just a little bit. But it certainly does bear watching anyway. So Alvord, keep an eye. As this storm crosses I-35, there's a chance it could intensify a bit, and it may try to rotate some. It's not doing anything right now, but after it gets on the other side of Alvord, especially up there in the southeast Montague County, and then kind of over there, kind of southwest and west of Gainesville, if it can continue to organize, it may try to intensify a little bit, and there could be some increasing rotation. But as of right now, not a whole lot with it, mostly just a hail threat. So anyway, I'll keep an eye on it this afternoon. You guys have a good one. I don't know what you mean by make the screen bigger. It's as big as I can make it. So, okay. So Boobie got put under severe thunderstorm warning. Well, yeah, you're kind of on the northern edge of that polygon, but I'm not. The worst of that storm is going to pass southeast of you, so I'm not too worried about Bowie. So I think Bowie will be okay. That's as big as I can get it right there. So. Yes, Byers is clear. You may see a shower or a thunder shower, but nothing severe. You can see that outflow boundary on this. See that little line showing up? So there's your outflow boundary. That's undercutting those thunderstorms and keeping them, limiting their severe threats, limiting and the tornado potential. So anything behind that, no tornado potential, anything behind it. It's right on the leading edge. You may have to worry. And there's a new severe thunderstorm warning that looks like it's been issued now for Montague County itself. This it does include Bowie, but again, Bowie, I don't understand why that polygon doesn't make sense to me because there's no severe weather back there at all. Bowie, you're not seeing severe weather. The severe weather would be with that line from Montague up to maybe Bonita, and then up closer to Lake Nacona and to the Red River there. And you got the severe thunderstorm down into Wise County, and then you got some elevated thunderstorms behind that outflow boundary from there. But yeah, still seeing a little rotation there, maybe. Just kind of west southwest of Alvord. And, you don't really see any of that up in the Montague. So just mostly just some heavy rain up that way, a little hail threat. And then again, you got a lot of discrete development happening now down towards Gainesville, Cleburne, these areas. Watch out as these storms lift northward into a more favorable environment, and they're able to get their act together. They can get their if they can organize a bit further. There could be some more significant severe weather over into this area here this afternoon. So we keep an eye on that, and also kind of maybe include up into here too. And watch these supercells here rolling north. So that's east of us, though. That's east of us. We are good back here. Good, bad over there. So that's what we'll watch. Metroplex, we'll keep an eye on you. How's the weather near the end of the week going to be? A series? I don't think so. We'll keep an eye on it. There's some indications that we might not be done with it though. But we'll keep an eye on it. So, Lake Nacona, you're getting heavy rainfall right now. Your tornado threat is basically very, very low to none. It's just some heavy downpours moving through, maybe a little bit of hail. Could be some gusty winds. If any tornado threats would be southeast of Nacona and Lake Nacona, I believe. I can zoom in quickly there. Yeah, just some downpours moving through Lake Nacona. Should move through pretty fast. There's your supercells up there north of Whitesboro and Denison and those areas. And then you got these other storms there near the outflow boundary, maybe even a little bit. Anything behind that outflow boundary is going to be slightly elevated, so I'm not too worried about it. So. All right. Well, I'm going to jump off this for now. And if anything changes, I'll probably have more updates throughout the afternoon as we start focusing on the eastern parts of Texas and Oklahoma, of course, out in my viewing area. But we'll keep an eye on that area too. In the meantime, y'all have a good afternoon. I'm not too worried about the weather over most of our area. Matter of fact, we're looking pretty good here for the rest of the day. We'll, of course, watch those storms as they're moving through Montague County, but mostly just a wind and a little hail threat, low wind tornado threat. I think the better tornado threat will be with supercells for the Metroplex east up in South Central and Southeastern Oklahoma this afternoon.